HQ here. A squad of BAMFs rolled up to Ranger HQ, rough mercenary types. Their leader goes by Gary Wolf, claims to be an ex-Ranger. Says he has news for you about your old enemy. Seems like the cutthroat take-no-prisoner type. Over. Badass motherfuckers. That's a negative. Some hurt feelings and broken pottery, maybe. But they appear to be friendlies. No idea. Your guess is as good as mine. We'll be here. Over and out.
You read the last issue of the Colorado Patriot?
Yeah? This is the Sans Lux Apartments? Who's there? What? You're here? I don't believe it. Come in. Come in. I can't believe you came. Those goddamn marshals never come. They think I'm a pest. I'm vigilant, is what I am. V-I-G-I-L-A-N-T. Anyhow, I hope you're ready for trouble, Rangers, because I got a situation here.
Oh, come on, Rosie. I always came when you called, didn't I?
You're with the Rangers now, Quan? Well, you were one of the better ones. I'm glad you're out of that marshal racket. They're bought and paid for. Sure as hell never help ordinary citizens, let me tell you. Unless you pay them extra, but I never pay anybody until they earn it. Because I ask them to do their job. They hate that, the lazy, fat-ass carbuncles. If they never did a lick of work in their lives, it would be too much for them. The guy in room 3, Irv. He's not supposed to have anybody else living there, but I hear voices in there all the time. I can't. The shifty bastard's put his own locks on the door. Apartment room 3, end of the long hallway. The door's on the right. I know he's up to something. I just know it.
Okay, Rosie. We got it.
Marshals, listen up. If you won't take my noise complaint seriously and do your damn job, then I guess I'll just have to do it for you. There's been strange noises coming out of apartment 3 all week. People yelling and stomping around at all hours, and strange mechanical sounds. They could be making bombs for all I know. Say you need evidence? Well, Irv just left, so I'm going inside and documenting everything I find. Who's there? Oh, it's Rosie Wong, the landlady. I was just checking to make sure you were okay. Why wouldn't I be okay? Oh, well, you know, the noise.
Fuck off. Huh? Get the fuck out of my apartment.
Rainbow tables used to break encryption. Meat space demons intercepted. Display rendered object and assign to translation vectors. Alert. Do not delete local references to object. If memory allocation is null, then unhandled exception occurs. Ensure transactions in mempool always have unique keys.
Thank you so much. You have been the most gracious of hosts. Traitors! Traitors, all of you! Gone, the greatest mind of a generation, thrown down the Gazamenplatz. 1, 3, 5, 7, 11, 11, and 11. Top of the world, ma! Gone, the greatest mind of a generation, thrown down the Gazamenplatz. The world is ours, Josephine! Eureka! The secret at last! Do you know where you are going to? Do you like the things that wife is showing you? I can see my own cells. These molides do not compute. Top of the world, ma! The world is ours, Josephine! Can you see me? Do I exist? Traitors! Traitors, all of you! Sacramento, California. They must never know. No one must ever tell them. They must never know. No one must ever tell them. Do you know where you are going to? Do you like the things that wife is showing you? Sunday, 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 nitro burning funny cars! We got west!
What was all that noise? Did you just have a shootout in apartment 3? Actually, don't answer that. Just tell me what Irv is doing in there. Well, I'm not paying you 1 Colorado penny until you can tell me for sure. Must be some kind of evidence in there. Ah, this place attracts all the crazies. See what...
I love... Who? Oh, hold on. You're the Rangers, right? Talk of the town. Welcome to Colorado. Junko Murayama, sculptor, roboticist, amateur historian, and former curator of the Colorado Springs Museum of History. Can you believe it? I really fixed up that museum. Before me, just a bunch of dirty old trash we had to go look at 5 times a year in school. I brought the place into the 22nd century, scavenged some old robot parts to rebuild the animatronics, remade all the replicas from scratch, cleaned all the blood off the scar collector weapons. Good stuff. Officially, because of the Dorsey raid. But I think they didn't like the questions I was asking about the Patriarch's history while I was renovating the... I mean, why else would they tell me they'll be hiring a new curator? What's that got to do with the raid? I don't even know. I sent Diligent Joe, the Patriarch's private secretary, a list of questions about the Dorsey family, and well, he doesn't get back to me, and then the raid happens, and I'm out on my ass with no... That's weird, right? Heck yeah, I am. It was a real sight to behold before they shut it. Animatronic exhibits portraying our great history, true relics of our struggle, just some real A+ quality work, if I do say so myself. The marshals have the front boarded up, but there's a side entrance you might be able to open. It's never guarded, but they keep it locked. You didn't hear that from me. That's rad! Heck yes! Thank you! You won't regret this. I'll see you back at your HQ.
By order of the Patriarch, only authorized personnel are to pass this gate.
My uncle, Gideon Reyes, wants to speak to the Rangers.
Oh, of course, Miss Wesson. Open it up, fellas! No one's allowed in there. Which word didn't you understand? Please, step away.
Too soon to be back.
Who are you people? Mercenaries?
So they killed the Sophia Gutierrez, too. And her kids. The Patriarch said the Dorseys were dead. He was either lying or incompetent. Which is it? A lot of people have been asking the same thing.
I wish they'd get a younger preacher to come and give sermons. I could make my caddy carry...
Shouldn't you be elsewhere? Beating hobos?
If you'd like, everyone is welcome in this church.
I can't believe I'm stuck with this assignment.
All the crime around here happens indoors.
Hello, and welcome to the wonders, fabulous, most fantabulous home of the one more fabulous. What is your business at the word listed? Your presence has not been requested. You may not pass. Thank you. May the show go on. What is your business at Lamort's estate? The master is expecting you. Please enter through the door.
I knew the security system needed more security checks and fewer show tunes. You are the Rangers, correct? I expected our paths to cross eventually. I'm told that you were present in the Garden of the Gods when my son Bellamy died. That incident has never been explained to my satisfaction, but perhaps it is better that way. I do not think I wish to know the detail. May I help you with something? Their names are Valor, Victory, and Liberty. They are Saul Buchanan's children. He loves them as only a father can. I understand. Most of my time is spent researching and developing technology. In time, I believe we can restore our standard fire rangers.
Look, Turret, what could you possibly want?
Oh, we're just talking. Strangers, no need to get any closer.
Added more guards, looks like.
Priority 1. Move to next objective.
Yes? Oh, hello. You must be the Rangers. I'm Diligent Joe, the Patriarch's personal secretary. I make sure only people who have official business with him get past his door. You, due to the importance of your mission, of course, that privilege could be revoked at any time, but for now, please go on in. It used to be that we held town hall meetings where citizens could bring their grievances before him, but that practice has changed in the last year or so due to security concerns. Good day.
Calculating.
Rangers!
Left. Right. Right. mercenary for the patriarchs of the Southern.
Someday I'm gonna live like this. Someday.
I reckon it's a good thing this proposal was never delivered.
Ah, young love. Glad I grew out of it.
Do you have permission to be here?
You descend the narrow stairs and find the door to the bunker slightly ajar. I listen at the door. Make a perception roll. It's awful dark out here. Maybe we should go inside.
This was your idea.
Hey, boss.
You said it would be cool to play a game in the park.
I got a 15! Do I hear anything? You hear a faint scraping sound inside. Like the sound of a skeletal foot dragging across stone. It's coming closer. Did you hear that?
It's just the wind.
Ah! A pale dog! There's a pale dog watching us!
What? Where? I don't see...
It's coming after us! Run!
My family will be avenged. It feels so empty now. Even when Pa and Ma were traveling, they were here. Their spirits filled the place. Now, they do not.
My dearest Lucia, I pray this message finds its way to you as it is the last I have to give. Whatever becomes of us mustn't blame you.
Damn Dorseys weren't content to rip everything up. They had to toss the furniture around too. I couldn't even leave my memories of this place alone. My house was the first place the Dorseys went. Probably walked right in through the front door, stole my parents and little brother away, and then took out their anger on the house. No point looking back there. It's smashed up even worse, and the Dorseys took everything worth stealing. This palace used to be a fancy hotel back before the deluge. Wonder if they had the turret guns back
Patriarch
then.
likes it quiet in here.
Stop!
So do we.
Rangers, welcome. How are you settling in? Not at all. Now, what can I do for you? Ask then. Why? Are you getting ideas? I've got years left to make that decision, Rangers. And I'm certainly not going to make it while all this is going on. Used to be my strongest supporters, until we had an argument about how quickly democracy should be instituted in Colorado. When they lost that argument, they tried to usurp me, and until they attacked the city, I thought I'd wiped out the whole family. Apparently, Nelius led some of them into the wilderness. I should have been more thorough. I assume it was Liberty who put them up to the raid. They were never this clever before. Can you blame me? If she wasn't as bloody-handed as she is brave, I'd have... Unfortunately, she has no interest in governing, only ruling. The nation as you see it is my life's work. Only fools expand beyond their ability to govern. Fine. Ask then. Fine. Get going, Rangers. You have work to do.
Oh, thank God. You're the Westerners, aren't you? The Rangers? My husband, my Hardy, was in Aspen when Vic Buchanan raided the town. Vic took him hostage, but there's been no word for weeks. I know it's frightful wicked to hope for the safety of one soul of
No need to beg, Mrs. Knox. We have business of our own with Vic Buchanan. If your husband's alive, we'll find him.
I didn't see you there, Lucia. You're a good girl. Always have been. I'm dreadful sorry for... We have money, Rangers. Even though we don't live fancy like some families do, if you bring my Hardy home safe, we'll donate all we can to your cause. Let me see who... Allie Blue? Oh, Blue is my maiden name. Back in the old days, the Blues and the Knoxes hated each other. Always wanted to know what things were like when she was young. Oh, thank you, Rangers. Let me give you something for this. You mean he's real? I've seen him poking around the church at night, but I wasn't sure if my mind was playing trick. I left him some food, just in case. Corn and scrap metal. He seemed like such a good, strong chicken. He's a little on the portly side. Always well-dressed. But he likes playing cowboy. Yes, but we're homebodies. And neither of us is... I know you will. Thank you, Rangers.
Ah, you're the Rangers, yes? I'm most pleased to see you. I'm Gideon Reyes.
Uncle Gideon, you heard about my family?
I did, Sabrina, and I'm so sorry. You know you always have a place in my house.
I know, and I am grateful. But I have a place with these Rangers now. We mean to see justice done for my...
Is that so, Rangers? She was always an impressive girl. My sister would be proud of her. Now, I expect you're here about my call. There is a situation in Colorado Springs that requires a delicate touch. But first, you need to know the truth about this. Colorado Springs isn't as prosperous as it pretends. We can barely feed our existing population, and now smugglers are bringing refugees into the city every day. If we had enough food to support them, we would welcome them. I've asked the Patriarch to chase off these smugglers, but he says the crisis with the Dorseys and his children have left the marshals spread too thin. It seems he'd rather just have Sheriff Daisy keep putting refugees in the pillories, rather than stopping the tide at its source. It's infuriating. And that is why I've called you. You're right, Rangers. I am suggesting you to treat the symptom rather than the cause. But that is because the symptom is about to overwhelm us. Well, it is very difficult to change the Patriarch's mind. And if it can't be done, the alternative would be changing the regime, which, even for those who have wanted it most, has seemed. Thus, we must address things that are possible, like discouraging smugglers from bringing refugees to the city. Don't put words in my mouth, Rangers. I'm not suggesting anything. I'm merely stating realities. My loyalty to the Patriarch goes without. But let's save any talk of politics until after this refugee crisis is dealt with. Are you willing to help me or not? The plains, mostly. After the Patriarch defeated the eastern gangs, people started settling out there, thinking it was safe. Now the gangs have returned, and all the homesteaders are fleeing back to Colorado Springs. Oh, of course. And not just in money. I do a lot of business with the local Arapaho garage, and I can get them to provide you with mechanics to service your vehicle. They always have the best, and I'll pay for everything. Thank you. I'm told the smugglers are operating out of the bazaar, a trader's market east of Colorado Springs. When you find them, well, do what you can. Convince them to take the refugees elsewhere. Convince them to stop entirely. Arrest them. I just want this problem to go away. Thank you for agreeing to help. You are doing Colorado Springs a great service. Goodbye, and good luck.
Don't forget, everyone is welcome in this church.
Separated from his machine. That's dedication for you.
Also to get out of the plains. Y'all forgot that part. What can I do for you? Anything for your vehicle. Have a look.
Make sure you take care of that bike when you get to it.
That rust trap? Why?
Because this was Jimmy Longhaul's first car. When it gave up the ghost in the plains, he salvaged what he could, turned it into this monster you see before you.
Hey, who's in charge in here? You're the CO around here? Huh. Okay. Quality setup this time. Better than back in AZ. Guess Daddy Buchanan's buying you all the good gear. Gary Wolf, freelance security consultant and synth hunter. Got a proposition for you. I helped the Rangers during their whole Cochise debacle. They might have come out strong if they'd listened to me. Too bad.
After the Rangers nuked Cochise, and themselves, I figured somebody competent had to chase down its mechanical brood. So I recruited folks who'd lost family to synths, and I formed a posse, decommissioned a dozen of the plastic punks in AZ, then heard a feud headed east and followed them here. Now I'm getting flack from that tin star twat Daisy for exchanging fire with the synth we tracked to Colorado Springs. That's where you come in. Interferent bitch told the marshals to shoot us on sight if we stepped inside the city limits again, so we can't go after this October 11 synth. Was hoping you might be interested in taking care of it for us. Cash bounty for its head. Jesus, you're not one of those, are you? Fucking simps are always talking about how synths are sentient. They have feelings. Bullshit. That's how they trick you. What makes them dangerous is that every one of them has a little piece of Cochise in their electric brain, like a virus. And if you leave them alone for too long, that virus spreads. And pretty soon we have the goddamn... Not on my watch. We cap them as soon as we see them. Don't give them a chance to talk. Are you kidding me? Cochise is the Rangers' greatest enemy. A supercomputer that almost exterminated them twice, and which built an army of synths to kill every last human on Earth. Rangers aren't training their recruits at all these days, are they? Yeah, no idea why. Synths are weird that way. It and another synth called Tourmaline K'd some civs on their way here, just for kicks. So watch yourself. 11 is a stone killer. Gotta be neutralized before it kills again. And killing it will help us find its comrades. All synths got a radio in their heads. Lets them communicate long distance and triangulate on each other. Once I crack 11's head open, I'll hack it for their locations. You want to go after the others too? I'll make it worth your time. We cornered 11 downtown and tried to take it out quietly, but there was a snafu and we had to open fire. Shot up the street, wounded some civs. Silly bitch wouldn't listen when I warned her about the synth. Acted like we were the problem and sent us packing.
Hey now, that's my ex-boss you're talking about, Hawk.
Lucky you quit then. She's a frag candidate for sure. Add it to your list? Ought to be your top priority. Whatever. We'll wait here until you bring back its head. Squad, at ease.
Happy to help the refugees, but damn, it's tight in here now.
You ever notice that the statue's eyes follow you wherever you go?
Nope. That's kind of creepy.
Yeah, always watching when I'm shopping. And it...
Are you okay?
Goddamn Gippers cut off our oil supply. That's our only source of power.
yeah. Dedicated. Tell him now, just stroll from step. Any questions before you go? I'm sorry, friend. I'm afraid I don't know that word. Well, I don't want... And, in case you were worried, it's suitable for children of all ages. Stop! Step back! It is against museum rules. Saul Buchanan is far too modest. Look just like my picture, don't I? I gotta admit, though, I'm looking better than I was. Life's been great. Youngest son of the Buchanan clan. Brave survivors of the fall of man. Baby Saul...
With the families behind him, Saul went to war and fought...
What did you do to me? Let me go! Tourmaline says we shouldn't talk to humans, but I don't want to die. I guess. What do you want to know? I don't even know much about me. I haven't been alive for long. My name's October 11. I'm from Arizona. At least, that's where we started. It's the first thing I said. That's what Tourmaline told me. I woke up and I said it. October 11. I know it's important because it's always in my head, but I can't remember why. Tourmaline says I was made to trick humans, but I got put in the wrong body. I should be in a little body. Then no one could guess what I was. I could be safe. Another synth, I think. I don't remember. The first thing I remember is waking up with Tourmaline in a house. We were hiding. Tourmaline says we were together for a while before that, but that's as far back as I know. Okay. We fled across the mountains from Arizona. It was just Tourmaline and me, but we picked up signals from others like us. We thought maybe we'd find a safe place. My protector, another synth like me. We got separated and I'm on my own now. Tourmaline called it preemptively defending ourselves. All humans want to kill synths, so we've got to kill them first. It's a matter of survival. I don't want to be turned off. Some human hunters came for us and we ran. There was a fight and I lost Tourmaline. I couldn't go back. They were chasing me, so I hid here. Okay. All I want to do is get out of here and find someplace better to hide. Somewhere far away from this city. Will you let me go? If they find me, I'll have to kill them. If humans know where I am, they'll hunt me down and turn me off. I won't! You'll kill him if I do! Anyway, I'm not really sure where he went. Thank you. I'll leave as soon as my systems reboot and I find some bye. I'll leave soon. I have to find a better disguise.
Find that synth in Colorado Springs yet? Got away? It was one synth. Did you even try to kill it? You realize when Cochise wakes up again and wipes out the last of humanity. Pack up, squad. Seems like the Colorado Rangers are just as pussy as the ones in AZ. Race traitors. Fuck off.
So, what'd you find in apartment? Was he making bombs like I said? Weirder how? Yeah, you were right. That's weirder than making bombs. Can I at least go in and clean up? Oh, his security deposit's not gonna cover the repairs, is it? If he wasn't in his apartment, then he's probably at the bookshop in Market Square. Look for a skinny guy, always wearing a lab coat. Let me know what happens.
Hi. Do you have any books on cloning? I guess. Who are you? I'm Irv. What do you want? Oh no, did you kill them? Oh, poor clones. They never really acted right. I screwed up the formula somehow. Well, I guess I'm kinda afraid to make friends the normal way, so I made them an abnormal way. Only I didn't do it very well. If I hadn't run out of the apartment today, they would have killed me. I'm a bad father. I'm a bad father. please don't tell the marshals. But I'm one of his clones. Unfortunately, I'm 4th generation, at least. So, I'm not as smart as the original. Smart enough to use but not smart enough to make good quality clones. I can't even make one as good as myself. Oh, Dr. Finster was a genius. He's the only person in the world to have mastered the cloning of humans. He may have become a little paranoid at the end, until he decided all humans had to die. He was a real humanitarian. The original? No, not anymore, but I guess, in a way, as long as I'm alive, he is too, because I'm him, aren't I? I'm him, but not the part of him that wanted to wipe out the entire human race. You know the whole nature versus nurture debate? How some things are genetic and some things you learn? Well, that killing everybody part of him, that was you believe me, don't you? It's true. I'm not. I'm totally not. So, you're not gonna arrest me? You're gonna let me be a real scientist? This is the best! I'm so grateful! I'll do good work for you, I promise. Thank you so much.
Any word on the loony in number 3 yet, Rangers? About time. Gonna take me a week to clean up that mess. What was his deal, anyway? Ah, that's kinda sad. What did you do with him? Well, how about that? I'm glad to hear it. Never wished the poor man ill, just didn't want him here. Thank you, Rangers. Here's a little something for taking care of the problem and tying it up in a pretty bow. Oh, my sciatica.
Be seeing you, Rosie.
Hi, Rangers. Thanks again for letting me work for you. This is so exciting. I am so happy. I'm learning so much. All my life, I wanted to be a scientist. It's incredible! He's wonderful. He's almost as smart as Dr. Finster, but without all the, evil. Drinkable gasoline and a car that runs on water. That way, no matter which one you run out of first, you can use the other in a pinch. Yes? I can have the machine take your genetic material and run the process, but no guarantee what comes out the other end. I did make a few tweaks to the process, though, so whatever it is, it probably won't be so angry. Probably. Okay, well, how exciting! But before we start, one tiny caveat. The process requires special genetic material, and I've only got enough for one clone, so if anything happens to our new friend, try to recover its remains so we can reuse them. Now, put your palm on the machine right here. Hey, this one can talk.
It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get back up. You will never win if you never begin.
You want me to make another clone? Okay.